What is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And today I'm going to be doing a little update to the whole video I did last time on this ripoff of a Lois Lane character. Now, again, for any brain-dead idiots that didn't watch the video, or, I hate when people just don't watch the video, like they'll like click on it and just assume what I'm talking about, because we had some brain-dead idiots that were commenting like that. So make sure to watch the video, because I made it very clear. And hell, I even put it in the description. I made it very clear that I was specifically talking about the 2023 Lois Lane character. Obviously, Lois Lane and Superman have been around for over 100 years. No shit, Sherlock. That wasn't my point. My point was specifically this new version of Lois Lane this year that came out in the cartoon series that they just released in 2023. All right, not the overall character in general, okay? And I am talking about this character, not any other character, not fucking the 2003, or not the 2003, not the 1999, not the 30s, not the 40, whatever. You get the point. I'm talking about 2023. Lois Lane. Okay? Same with Superman when I made that video. I'm talking about specifically the 2023 version of the character. Okay? Not the overall character in general. Okay? Just because you can't watch a video and you just click on a title or you don't look at a description and then you comment something stupid and unintelligent isn't my fault, okay? That's your fault. Okay? Anyways. So, I was talking about the 2023 Lois Lane being a ripoff of Videl for anybody who hasn't had a recap. I stand by that. And, when you look at the similarities and you look at the comparisons and the way they're portraying Lois Lane, it is blatantly obvious that they are copying Videl. Okay? The way the writing style is. Videl is a martial artist. Lois Lane is a martial artist. Okay? Lois Lane used to have long hair. Videl used to have long hair, though she had, obviously, the ponytail thing going on to cover up her long hair. But point being is she had long hair. Hair was cut. Short styled like Lois Lane's now. Even though Lois Lane always had long hair. And we talked about this. Okay? Lois Lane, unlike previous incarnations of the character Lois Lane, this Lois Lane apparently is obsessed with trying to find out that he's Superman, or Clark is Superman, or even though it's bluntly obvious. I mean, I don't know how people can't figure it out, but apparently they can't ever figure it out. But, all he's wearing is fucking glasses. I mean, that was always a fucking issue with Superman that I always hated as well. But obviously, I hate Superman more than just for the glasses bullshit. But you get the point. It's just a reoccurring of stupidity with this character, and the plot point they went with, apparently, because I seen some clips on Twitter, and we'll get to the infamous one that just came out. Because social media apparently posts everything the moment it happens now. But the way they are analyzing this character, this new Lois Lane character, is she's obsessed to the point to find out the mystery. Oh, I am the detective. I am going to figure it out, and if I can't figure it out, I will frickin' prove it by, sacrificing myself to prove it. Y'all remember the Golden Warrior? Because that's what Videl was doing. Who was the Golden Warrior? Who was the golden hair warrior? Remember that, guys? Remember that? Remember she was so obsessed with trying to prove that Gohan was the Golden Warrior? But she couldn't figure it out. She couldn't put that pinpoint on it because she couldn't make the connection to the hair changing thing. Well, that's basically the ploy they did with Lois Lane here. They did the whole I'm going to prove that Clark is somehow... I'm laughing just thinking about it. She's gonna prove it. She's gonna prove it, damn it. So much, which makes this shit even worse, was that they went so far that Lois Lane actually apparently, because the fucking clip is like on Twitter now. Someone posted it. She was so obsessed to proving definitively that Clark is Superman that she would actually fall off a building and essentially commit, a fatal act on herself, just to prove that Clark was Superman, because if she was saved by him, then she was right, but if she wasn't, then guess what? She's dead. But she was so convinced, so she was willing to do it. What kind of character development is this? Like, she 100% knew that he was Superman so much that she would actually allow herself to fatally demise herself on purpose, knowing that 100% certainly that he was Superman. What if he wasn't Superman? Then guess what? You're dead. Yeah, some brilliant character idea here, guys. Really brilliant. Really, really, really brilliant. You couldn't come up with like a villain attacking her or kidnapping her or something that indirectly, accidentally, forces her to go to her demise where Clark has to spring out as Superman. You couldn't come up with something like that. Seriously, you guys have been writing this character for over 100 years, and that's the best you can come up with? That's the best you can come up with? Couldn't rehash some old, overrated crap? This is the character. This is the character they're doing. They're trying to sell shit because they want to make it more anime-like, because they know anime dominates the market now. So now they're trying to rip off old plot points from other characters. Superman, obviously transforming into Sailor Moon. The irony of that in itself. I mean, like I said, I stand by what I said. She's a ripoff of Videl. And it's going to become even more apparent as that damn series goes on, because we're going to see more clips on social media. I'm going to just laugh at them, like always. Because you guys want to buy into the propaganda that was Death Battle's false defamatory statement about Goku ripping off Superman, which was bullshit, by the way. But then when I come up with proof that this new version of Lois Lane and this new version of Superman is a ripoff of anime characters, oh, well, that can't be. That can't be, ladies and gentlemen. Even though Death Battle defamatoried my boy Goku like that, you know. Oh. Just like how Captain Marvel was a ripoff of Superman, right? Just like how the courts deemed Captain Marvel a ripoff, right? And then for 20 plus years, Captain Marvel was out of circulation, all because that comic book company was outperforming DC Superman comic books. They had to sue because of that. And they dormanted the character for 20 plus years, and then guess what happened? DC ended up buying Captain Marvel, which they had to change the name to Shazam because by that point there was already a female Captain Marvel on Marvel's comics end. But they did all that shit. And then you see what they did to Captain Marvel. You see what they did to Captain Marvel in the 2003 Justice League series, where they basically made him his bitch. They made Captain Marvel Superman's bitch. Like, oh, I was the apprentice. I was the person that looked up to you. You know, you failed me. Like, made him his bitch. You know what I mean there? You know, how could you feel sorry for a character like this that has been leeching off other characters for years and decades? Oh, but they totally aren't ripping off anime. Totally not ripping off anime, even though they've already done it by freaking, you know, screwing over other superhero characters years ago and then making them his bitch when they freaking took him over to DC, you know what I mean there? But oh no, it's not possible. It's not blindly possible to the fact that Superman can't be ripping off anime characters. You're a fool if you think that. You're a fool. DC has been doing this for a long time with Superman. With over hundreds of years. 100 years of Superman. 100 years of Superman. And you really think that they can't be ripping off a character? You really think that, oh, Superman is so perfect in every other way? No, he's not. He's overrated. He's always been overrated. He's always been a shitty character, okay? And he is a character that has to leech off of other different characters outside of the DC bulb to just prove that he's good. That's why they've been rewriting him for years. They try to rewrite him in the way the trends are of that specific, of other popular characters. And that's what they're doing with Lois Lane. That's what they're doing with this. That's what they're doing with this Lois Lane, the 2023 Lois Lane. This is what they're doing with the 2023 Superman. This is what they're doing. Understand. We know that Superman is an old character. We know that Lois Lane is an old character. That's not the point of the last video. That's not the point of this video. That was not the point of the Superman ripping off anime character video. That was not the point. The point was this version of the character had to resort to ripping off other elements from other popular media rather than try to stand on their own because they know they can't. Because the character has been boring. The movies have been boring. The comic books don't sell as much anymore. It's not as good. It is not as appealing. They've been doing this for years with Captain Marvel. Okay? You know it's true. You just don't want to admit it. You know it is true. In a death battle, having the audacity to say that my boy Goku, the number one superhero, is a freaking turned into Superman? Fucking bullshit that is. Oh, because Funimation changed certain dialogue that Superman never actually fucking said in the dub, by the way. Oh, but because of the origins of them both coming to Earth from dying planets, even though in Goku's case, it was an actual Emperor, Frieza, who destroyed the frickin' planet, where in Superman's origins, it wasn't an evil person destroying the planet. it was a natural disaster that destroyed Superman's home planet. Okay? But again, idiots and or people that don't actually do their homework won't know this, or they'll just hide that fact, by the way. They'll just hide that and say that, oh, that isn't true. They're very similar. But they still bring that shit up. To this day, they still bring that crap up. But they won't actually go into contents of how Superman got to planet Earth or how Goku got to planet Earth. And yeah, I know Goku's origins is a little different now because of the Dragon Ball minus thing. But even if you want to take that into account, it is still different. Okay? The original origins of Goku was different. The current origins of Goku is different. Okay? They're not the same. Okay? You could point out some similarities to it, but it's not the same. But you say that is outlandish, but then when I make the claim that this 2023 version of Lois Lane and the Videl character, was a ripoff of Videl, oh, that's so outlandish. There's just no way. But yet the evidence is there. The evidence is there. It's there. It is all there. You're either just inconceivable or just can't admit it to yourself. I see the writing on the wall, ladies and gentlemen. I see the writing on the wall. And that's what I got to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I give my better explanation to this, to you, my audience. Because I like to think that my audience is understanding and actually understands the concept of taking an existing character and completely changing them into a different character that already exists, because that does happen. So I'm hoping that people actually understand this. And that's what I got to say. I'm out. Comment, rate, subscribe, hit that bell for all the latest content. And that is about it, guys. I'm the SS Ultimate Goku moderator. Peace!